welcome back to my channel. So today's video is another Valentine's Day look. I wanted to do a softer look for you guys because my last one was like Valentine's Day slay, and this one is like a little bit more girly, a little bit softer, and a little bit more wearable. So even though this one is like a cut crease and there's like a fair few steps to the look, it's pretty easy and simple to achieve. And it's really soft with like the pink and the peachy sort of tones. I just wanted to make it really girly for you guys, so it's still like a slay cut crease type of look, but it's a lot softer, if that makes sense. So you can still put a lot of effort into your makeup while still having it look really girly and soft for Valentine's Day. Excuse me if I look like death and I sound like death in this video. I have a cold at the moment, it came out of nowhere. So yeah, that is that. I'm just low-key dying. I really hope that you guys enjoy this look. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up. I will leave my other Valentine's Day looks down below for you guys, so you can check them out as well. And I will see you guys in my next video.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As usual, we are just using the soft ochre paint pot with my E37 brush from Sigma, applying this all over the lid, and then I'm taking my little finger and using that to blend it out seamlessly. You want to make sure you don't have too little or too much of the paint pot, otherwise it's not going to work how it's intended. Then I'm taking Mirage from Makeup Geek. This is just a yellowy, creamy toned eyeshadow, and I'm just placing this all over the lid with my Sigma E25 brush to make sure our eyeshadows blend out seamlessly later on. Then going in with my Sigma E40 and the shade Peach Smoothie from Makeup Geek, I am placing this into the crease as our transition shade. So Peach Smoothie is seriously goals. I love it so much. I've hit pan and it makes me so sad. But it's just like my favorite transition color, and I always love layering it with Creme Brulee, which is the shade I'm going in with now on my Sigma E35 brush. These shades together in the transition are just, I love them so much. They're goals for me. They're seriously goals. They just look so beautiful and they blend out so seamlessly. I'm then going in with the shade Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek in my Sigma E25 brush. This is the one that I set my eyelids with. I'm just placing this a little tiny bit more precisely into the crease, and then I'm just switching back to my Sigma E35 just to blend that out so it's really flawless and there's no harsh lines. And then you see me going in with my Sigma E36. So this is just a really tiny little blending brush. What we're doing with this is just placing Cocoa Bear a little bit more precisely into the crease, just to kind of map out where we want to place the cut crease later on when we go to cut it with concealer. This just makes it easier for me when I'm kind of blending and like envisioning where I want everything to go. And then I'm just switching back to my Sigma E25 brush just to blend that out. And I did go back in a couple of times just to build up the depth. Then I just took the shade Mocha on my Sigma E30 pencil brush, and again I'm just placing this in the crease a little bit more tightly. So this is just going to further help map out where we want that cut crease to go. As you guys will see, I'm just going in with the lighter shades first and then building up the depth as we go. Then I went back in with my Sigma E36. This still had a little bit of Cocoa Bear left on it, so I'm just using that to help diffuse that line a little bit before I went back in with my Sigma E25 brush to further blend that out a little bit more flawlessly. So I hope this is making sense for you guys. I like to just switch between my brushes and my different colors and kind of just like melt them all together to get a really soft diffused look. Then taking my Born This Way concealer on my Sigma E46 brush, I'm going to cut this crease. So this is just a tiny little flat concealer type of brush. You guys can use any type of flat brush. What we're doing is basically placing this concealer all over the lid, and then we're going to do a very sharp line where we want the cut crease to stop. So this is the easiest way for me to do a cut crease. I can't do it like the other beauty gurus do, where they do like some liner and they just blend it out so beautifully without anything getting on the lid whatsoever. I'm just not that talented. So this is like the dummies kind of way to do a cut crease. Then I took the shade In the Spotlight on my Sigma E57 and I am packing this onto the lid. So it looks really, really light and not pigmented. That's just because we do have the concealer down and it's not like a proper primer sort of base. So I did have to go in with this a few times to keep building this up. This would work a lot easier if you just used your finger, but I just prefer to use brushes so I get a really clean and neat line. Then going in with my Sigma E56 brush, I'm just making sure I get really close to that line that we cut earlier. So everything is like really sharp and seamless while still being very soft and girly. Then you see me going in with my Kat Von D tattoo liner. At first I wasn't going to do winged liner, But then I just decided to jump all in and do it, and I did a tiny little wing today for once. I always plan to do a little wing, and I'm never able to do it because I'm one of those people that tries to even out their eyeliner, and it doesn't work out, and you end up with like eyeliner over your whole entire eyelid. Then for lashes, you guys know I'm using New Bounce'em. These ones are the style Australian Mist. You guys can use Kaseyrayton to get 20% off if you want to purchase any lashes from New Bounce'em. And then just moving on to the face, I'm going in with this Too Faced Hangover Primer first, applying that all over. This primer is really hydrating and it just feels really beautiful on the skin. And then I'm just pairing that up by placing the Benefit Professional on top, just in the T-zone area where I do tend to get more enlarged pores, because it's just going to make it look so flawless and like you're just a newborn baby. Then going in with my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation in the shade Light Sand, just blending this out with my Sigma F80 flat kabuki brush. Seriously, my favorite foundation brush of all time. Also, don't forget to check the description box down below, guys. I link all of my products as well as all of my brushes in case you guys are curious about what I'm using or just want to pick up some new brushes. Then you see me going in with the nude stick in the shade Medium Deep. I just drew this straight onto my face to contour. I would recommend, if you're going to do this, blend it out straight away or just draw it straight onto your brush and apply it to your skin, just because this can kind of pull up your foundation a little bit if you leave it to dry too long, and that's what happened to me the last few times I've used it. And I'm just blending that out with my Sigma F04 brush. Seriously, this brush is amazing for blending out cream contour. It is phenomenal. I love it so much. Then I just switched to my Sigma E34 brush. This is an eye brush, but I just wanted to use it to blend out my nose contour because it is so little. And it just does a really seamless job. And then I just went in with concealer. So I really like doing my concealer after I do my contour. This is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Light. It is my favorite concealer of all time. I've fallen in love with it so much. And I'm just blending that out with my beauty blender. Then I'm going in with some liquid highlight. This is the Illuminator drops from Iconic London. I'm obsessed with these. They are so beautiful, honestly. Look at that glow, you guys. I love it so much. You could probably even add these to your foundation if you just want like an all over glow. They're really similar to the Cover FX custom cover drops that they came out with. Then you see me going in and setting my under eyes using this Makeup Forever HD powder, and I just use that on my Sigma F35 brush, and then I'm switching to my F25 just to powder my entire face. So I wasn't going to use the HD powder for this, but I just decided I'd try it out. I didn't have any flashback, but it didn't really set my makeup down, so I would probably just stick to using it for the under eyes. Then you guys see me going in and contouring my face. I'm using my Sigma F40 brush, and I'm just taking my little Inglot Freedom System powders. I made this palette myself and I'm obsessed with it. First, I'm using the shade 505 to contour my face, and then I'm taking the shade 507 to just bronze up my cheeks a little bit. These powders are seriously so beautiful. It's like a little magnetic Z palette type of thing. And then you see me going in with the shades 47 and 21 to add blush to my cheeks. I'll leave all these shades listed down below because I know just numbers is a little bit confusing. Then because that HD powder didn't really add any coverage to my under eye circles, I just went in with the shade 503. And then finally I am adding a little bit more highlight to my face using the shade 153. So like I said, I will leave those listed down below because that was very confusing, but they are seriously some of the best face powders I have ever used in my entire life. I made this palette when I went to IMATS and I've been obsessed with it ever since. Then I just set my face using my Ofra Makeup Fixer Spray just to make sure all the powders lay down really nicely. Then jumping back to the lower lash line, taking my Sigma F63 brush with Creme Brulee, just buffing this roughly under the lower lash line. And then on my Sigma E45, I'm just taking Cocoa Bear just towards the outer corner of the eye and just making sure everything is really diffused. I don't really want to do anything too crazy for the lower lash line, so I just took Shimmer Shimmer on that same little brush that I used to do my cut crease earlier, and I'm just placing that on my inner corner and on my brow bone, and that is the completed eye look. So I really hope you guys like it. I am so obsessed with how it came out. I think it just looks so soft and girly. And then to finish off the look, I went in with this Too Faced Lip Injections gloss. I like to apply this before I do my lipstick. I leave it on for a few minutes and then wipe it off. I just feel like it gives a nice plump to my lips and helps get rid of any fine lines that I have. This actually does work, but it does fade off after like I don't know, maybe like half an hour. And then taking my NYX Nude Lip Gloss, I'm just outlining my lips. You guys know I always overdraw my lips. I love how it looks. And then you guys see me going in with the shade Skinny Dip from Gerard Cosmetics. This is one of their Hydra Matte liquid lipsticks. You guys always ask me if these are drying, and no, they are not. Seriously, I have used other liquid lipsticks and I can't do it. These ones are the only ones that I can wear all day long, and they don't dry out my lips and they don't feel horrible and uncomfortable and crack. I'm not even just saying that, they are seriously the best. So I just went in with Skinny Dip first, and then I took the shade Adam and Eve and I placed that on the center. As you guys can see, it's a really neon shade, but I just sort of patted it out and made it kind of ombre, and I love the lip combination that it created. You guys can use Kasey to get 30% off Gerard Cosmetics. They recently bumped up my code for you guys, so you can get a bigger discount. But that is it for this tutorial. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up so I know to do more tutorials like this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and any suggestions for any other Valentine's Day looks that you want to see. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one.